guys, welcome back to the channel. For those of you who don't know, my name is Chris Moore, and in today's video, we finally got one in here, guys. 2024 Suzuki GSX-8S. Now, this is basically the brother to the, not identical twin brother to the GSX-8R. Basically, it's identical twin other than the way it looks. So that would make it not an identical twin, just a twin. And on top of that, it's a twin cylinder. But this one here has a Yoshimura full AT2 exhaust system. Sounds really, really good. I'm impressed with how big the pipe is here. So I think this exhaust is gonna perform really nicely. And also this customer has the DNA Stage 2 air filter with the Airbox mod. DNA offers that, which opens up the airflow a good bit. I think this bike is gonna make great power. We've already done an 8R with the Akrapovic full exhaust. It's gonna be interesting to see how this one stacks up once we get all the restrictions out of the ECU, get this thing tuned and dialed in. How much power can this 8S make? Wait till you hear this thing run. I think you're gonna be really impressed as well. Here we go, baseline run on the 8S. Let's see what this thing does in stock, I guess you would say ECU form. The ECU is still factory, never been flashed, nothing's been done. Let's get us a baseline number now, see how it does. Then we're gonna remove the restrictions, tune this thing, and really open up this 8S. The results are in. We are starting out today with 75.99 horsepower, 56.86 foot-pounds of torque, and a not that pretty horsepower curve. The bike is a little too rich, which means getting a little too much fuel. We're gonna get all that dialed in today, guys. Let's see what we can do once we get on the computer. All right, so the ECU is flashing now. While that's flashing, I wanted to show you this DNA air filter. Now, don't mind the battery charger here. We always keep the battery on charge while we're flashing one in the bike just so the voltage stays high. But take a look at this Stage 2 DNA air filter. And basically what that does is removes the whole entire factory airbox lid with the snorkel that it comes with from the factory. Puts an air filter in there with no cover. So the way you see it, just a bare filter, that's the way the bike will remain. All right, so let's go in here. We got ETV limit. Let's look at this. This is part of the, I guess you would say, the restrictions the bike has from the factory, okay? So the ETV, that stands for electronic throttle valve. This up here, these numbers, see that 100, 81, 72, 63? That's how much throttle your hand is giving it. This over here is the RPM table. These numbers in here is what the ECU is actually giving the bike. So we dynoed it in 5th gear, and then you can see here as we went wide open, take a look at this, 6,000 RPMs, 40% ETV. That's not like this, that's like that. What? Come on now, how could that be any fun? Look at this, 100% at 11,000. At least this bike stays 100%. It doesn't have the factory, I guess you'd say, where it goes back down. But take a look at this. 1st gear, 70%. That's as high as it ever goes. Come on, man. So you mean this thing actually would pop wheelies, but the computer tells it not to? Yep, that's right. We're gonna fix all that, guys. We're gonna go in, get rid of all that stuff. Other things we're gonna do is go in and disable the diesel fuel cut. So whenever you let off the throttle now, the fuel injectors turn off, and that gives you a on-off jerky sensation when you're trying to ride the bike. Just say you're going into a turn, you let off the throttle, it nosedives, engine brakes really hard. When you go back to get on the throttle, it kicks back on super hard. We're gonna eliminate all that stuff today, dial in the fuel on this thing, and really bring this 8S to life. All right, guys, the tuning is dialed in on this thing. I'm gonna let you see what it sounds like from the side and from the very back. This thing sounds insane with that Yoshimura exhaust. I really like the way it sounds. It's definitely a little louder than the Akrapovic that we dynoed before on the 8R. If you haven't seen that video, go check it out now. It was an 8R instead of an 8S, but literally the engine, all the drivetrain, exact same stuff. So the sound is gonna be the same. If you're looking to purchase the exhaust, we do sell exhausts here, mooremafia.com. Hit us up, we can help you get an exhaust, whether it be the Akrapovic or the Yoshimura, whichever one you like, we'll be glad to help you out with. Also, if you're looking to get an ECU Flash for this thing, hit us up, mooremafia.com. You can literally mail your ECU in, we can flash it, mail it right back to you. You're gonna get extremely good results, pick this thing up a ton for a quick and simple process. But let's fire this thing up, run it, and see what we got. Alright guys, comment in the comments below, let me know what do you think about the way this Yoshimura sounds. We ended up with 81.54 horsepower. Let's take a look once we overlay it with our beginning run and see the gains we got. Now, our weather conditions today are not the best. Let me show you that before we go any farther. Currently 91 degrees, 56% humidity. So super hot and super humid today. But when we started out, we got, shrink this down a little bit. You can see the gains are actually massive. So even on an 80 horsepower bike right here, we're almost 10 horsepower gain at 8,500 RPM. So that is a huge difference that you're definitely gonna feel. Almost 10 horsepower there. And even in the low end, you know, down here at, let's just say 3,000 RPMs, we're picking up 2, 3, 4 horsepower throughout the whole entire RPM curve and torque as well. So you can see here we went from 55 foot-pounds of torque to 59 foot-pounds of torque, and that's at 6,700 RPM. So those are gains you're definitely gonna feel every single time you get on the bike. Let me know what you think, guys. If you got one of these bikes, hit us up, mooremafia.com. All the info is on the ECU flashing page. There's a video that will pop up on that page. Be sure to watch that video. That's gonna explain all the process, all the options, everything you gotta do to get your bike making some power. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, be sure you subscribe to the channel. Click the bell for notifications. We tune bikes like this and all kind of other bikes all the time. If it's a Japanese sport bike, more than likely we already do it or we're gonna do it soon. Hit us up, mooremafia.com. If you got any questions, smash that like button and we'll see you next time.